Garage gyms versus the real gym. Which is better for you? And I'm going to tell you at the end what I prefer. So, getting started, this probably my number one favorite thing about a garage gym, is you can be tarpless. You can have no shirt on. You can't go to the gym, at least the one I go to, and take the tarp off. Some gyms you probably can, but most of my area, and I think most of them probably the average area, you're not going to be able to take the tarp off.
Hey, officer, hey! All I did was take my tarp off and yell, "Eyes to buy that builds the biceps." That's it.
Which is going to lead to a lot of tarp workouts, which I like to call it, where I do prefer a tarpless workout. I find you get more freedom of movement, more range of motion without the tarp on, and you can also see development as without the tarp on, right? As progression takes place. But anxiety, okay? You may have anxiety about going to the gym, and I was a person that did. But if you can break through that fear and actually get your foot in the door, and you can do what I did, all right? This was one trick I did, and it helped me. It helped me with my anxiety about going to a real gym. And it can help you, okay? It's a gym hack, I guess you could call it. But when you go into the gym, I had a plan, right? I had a plan. I was just going to go in, right to the desk. And they'll want to talk to you and sign you up. So they'll be waving you in, right? They'll be over this way. They want you to come over and talk and find out about what everything entails. And, so I'd encourage you, if you do go to the gym, just go to right to the desk. It's a good little gym hack. That was my first thing. I was so full of anxiety about walking in and what do I do? And then I just had the switch flip and I'll just go right to the desk and talk to them. And they'll be willing to talk to you and help you and answer all your questions. So anxiety, right? I think if you have severe anxiety, maybe a garage gym could be better. But then you're also limited to equipment, right? Like here, it takes me 10 hours to set up for anything. There's that. Also the ability to blare music. I can blare my own music here. If I want to listen to soft country or R&B while my workout is jamming, or heavy metal, I can easily do that right here. If I want to headbang and do my thing, I can do that, right? I think also too, the ability to just, for me, I am at my garage gym and I got my safety bars here, all right? I can go heavier on a lot of harder sets. I mentioned the anxiety, and I seen a Facebook meme, and it's true. I am a little socially awkward sometimes, and I'm scared to ask somebody for a spot. So that's why I don't want to go to the bench and start lifting crazy weight, because I won't ask anybody for help. I won't. It's just me, I know. So at least here, I don't got to be socially awkward. And I can I guess I still am here, but I can use the safeties. And we can lift heavy here at the garage gym on a few sets, right? But then you got the lat pull down, which you guys could probably see it over right here. There, right there. But if I was to set that up now, guess how long it would take? Yeah, you got it, 10 hours. 10 hours. And that's to hook everything up. I know doesn't look like much there, eh? I keep going this way. But anyways, it takes a while to hook up. By the time you're done hooking that up, man, you could already pound it out 3 sets at the gym. So there's so much back and forth between the garage gym and a real gym and what you're looking for and how that application may apply to you, right? So for me, I'm taking the both. I'm taking both. That's why we did do this here, and I'm going to a real gym now, so I can get both. But if my life depended on one thing, I could only go one. Like Olivia wanted to come out here and put whatever a lady cave out in my garage, right? Then what would I do? How would I respond to that? I got to go to the real gym. And would I prefer that over this? I think I would. I think I would prefer the gym. I'd have to get over the socially awkwardness of trying to get a spotter. I think I could do that. But I think I do get better workouts at the gym. There's more use of equipment, more ease of use of the equipment, less time setting up. You are making sacrifices. You can't slam weights around and do rah, rah, rah. You can't be like an animal, right? Where here I could be an animal. I can be an animal. I can decorate this which way from here to Sunday I want. As long as Olivia doesn't want to make it into a lady cave, I guess, right? So I think there's trade-offs. I think there's pros and cons for both. And you just got to figure out, like, if you're a real shy and you're not very outgoing, you prefer the peace and comfort at home and working at your own leisure, then the garage gym's the way to go. And trust me, I know firsthand, and I think a lot of people will tell you that do go to the gym. Every gym has one gym talker, at least one. And I like going there and being social, but a lot of people are there to grind out their sets too, get their thing in, do their thing, right? But we had this one guy, and he just rode a bike. He rode the same bike every day, which is good. But he would walk around and just talk to everybody. I don't even know how much he was on the bike. He would talk. So, you were trying to okay, if he's going that way, I'm just going to go this way. You try to avoid the gym talker, right? Or just whatever you do, don't make eye contact with the gym talker. Do not make eye contact with the gym talker. So if money is not an option, or if money is something you can easily, process through and get your weights and you can get a lot of this stuff, and it's not a worrisome to you, then I would almost recommend buying. And if I had the resources, I would be getting more equipment and probably, I don't know if the real gym may, I don't know, I'd probably stick out at home workouts then, right? Because I'd have all the equipment. But with having all the equipment, I'm limited in space. All right? Like, look at the space I got in here. I can fit the power rack, an elliptical. And if I were to put something back here, I don't know, that would be it. There'd be no space for nothing. Nothing else. Not to mention, okay, cold and temperatures is another thing I want to touch on. At the gym, it's climate controlled. I will say ours is a little hotter. It seemed like I was really heat. I don't know if it's because I'm out here with no tarp on all the time. And I just I walked into the gym to do that back workout and I started sweating. I don't know if I'm used to a colder climate or what's going on. But man, I was breaking out. I had rashes. But maybe you're somebody who likes to take the tarp off like me, and you're used to being tarpless, right? And you're used to the colder climates, and your body has adapted to that. And you go into a controlled climate like the gym, you're gonna sweat. I thought I lost all that weight from the cardio. I don't think so. I think it was just from walking into the building. I was dying from the heat. I swear they had the heat cranked. I know it is winter here, but man, oh man, she was hot. But at the same time, you got to think of summertime workouts in here. When I first opened up this garage, when we moved here, I was gonna start building all this in the summer. I opened the garage door up, and a blast of heat came at me. And I was like, yeah, you know what? No. We'll just leave this go for another day. It was way too hot in here. It was like 40 degrees Celsius. So transfer that into Fahrenheit for you guys in the States and you'll know. That's friggin' balls hot, man. But I think for the summer I gotta add an air conditioner and different things like that, right? Like there's so much, like, that's why I think if you can do both, if you can have a little garage set up and then you can supplement the rest of your workout needs at the gym, like, I think you got a win-win situation there. I think you got to do both. Like, I would actually like to buy more equipment and put it in the house, which I didn't tell Olivia yet about, but like, I seen Juji Mufu and he had his whole workout system in the living room and videos years ago. Like, that's what I think we should do, and we could have it right in the living room. Or, like, I don't know about our laundry room. We do have a basement, but my basement is low ceiling. Like, my head is like, the ceiling's here, my head's here, guys. Like, at least out here. I couldn't even get my power rack in the basement. So there's that, right? I think it all comes down to the person, your housing, your financial needs, what kind of exercise you plan on doing. Is it strength training or more cardio based, or, vice versa? So, like, even here, I got the cardio machine here, but for some reason, I was going to say, yeah, the cardio was worse for me at the gym. I was breaking out rapos, probably the heat. They had the heat cranked there, so that's what I'm thinking. They also, like, there's water coming in here too. I got water, and there is a rat living in the back corner over here somewhere, I think. I think he's up in the ceiling now. I think he's up here. But there's a big hole down here, and all the water's coming in here. So I still got some sealing to do here. But I swear I heard scuffling in that back corner over there. So, real gym versus the garage gym. Tell me what you guys like. I do prefer the real gym. If you can keep if you can keep your animal caged up and you can be in that real gym, but I'll tell you, there is something about being in a garage gym and letting that animal out. Like when I did that deadlift, all right? When I did the deadlift, probably half wrong form-wise, but when we did the deadlift, I came up, man. I swear, just the grunting and all that, like it got like it elevated. I don't know if that's raising testosterone too, but like man, like it gave me more power. I'm scared, just like I'm socially awkward to ask for a spotter at the gym. I'm like socially weird to grunt, and I know I see other guys. I want to get there. And be like, like one guy, he's loud there, right? He don't give shit. Or sorry, pardon my language, but that's how I gotta get. So I think as we get buffer, stronger, start throwing more weights around, I think that release that animal at the gym. Just let him come out. Let him roam free around the gym, in the gym environment. Because that's what I want. Maybe the people at the gym want that too, right? So I think for me, the real gym is where it's at. Although I do like the privacy and seclusion of a garage. So tell me what you guys think in the comment section. Bye. Cheers, everybody.